Welcome to Self-Care on Board on Yachting International Radio. My name is Geraldine Hardy. Today I'd like to speak to you about longevity. And what does this really mean? This word is a buzzword, especially in life science and healthcare. And we have these great machines, HBOT, cryotherapy, red light therapy, and all of these great technologies, including stem cells, exosomes, personalized infusion practices, and peptides. They are not a quick fix, I can just tell you. And I'm very honest about this. I used longevity technology when I had my benign tumor in my left breast, but I had to also use traditional Chinese medicine, yoga Ayurveda, energy frequency medicine, quantum healing techniques, clinical hypnotherapy, and movement practices, Tai Chi Qigong. And yes, so you're combining both worlds, and that is key. So what does this have to do with self-care? It has everything to do with self-care, because how we treat our body, let's say our multidimensional being, the physical layer, the mental, the spiritual, and the emotional being, and our wisdom body is key on longevity. The way how you eat, the way how we move every single day, the way how we speak, how we act, and how we think is all to do with longevity. And in our emotions, being able to understand our emotions and going into trauma healing, which is the root cause of disease, is all about longevity. And we can change our DNA, which is epigenetics. We can create new neural pathways, neuroplasticity. So these are all keys that will add to longevity. And these are our choices we do every single day. Now, also being able to let go of the old versions of ourselves, even if it means that we need to let go of friends, loved ones. And I'm saying this because longevity is also, the quality of our lives is also really much influenced by our surroundings and who we actually invite in our lives. And in the past, now in these next weeks before the lunar cycle starts, the fire horse in Chinese horoscope, we really need to shed the last layers of our old existence of 2025. It's literally like shedding skin like a snake. So in this week and the next 10 days, think about if you are trying to go back to habits or certain belief patterns or circle of friends or communities, way of eating, way of thinking that have not served you, and you need to let it go. Because if you do not let it go now, in the next 10 days, life, universe, whatever you want to call it, is not going to make it easier for you. And literally dying that part of yourself that you used to be used to is not comfortable, and it can feel like a phoenix burning down in ashes. And that burn does not feel comfortable. I have been feeling this also in the last weeks because I knew that certain ways of being I had to let go and embrace that new self of you. It is part of shedding these versions, is part of longevity. It's part of being able to be reborn and reborn again. And to choose the choices that we make are so of essence. I'll give you an example. I am now stopping to drink coffee. I like my cup of coffee in the morning, and I like the taste, and I even like it more if it sweet. But I know that it's not very healthy for my nervous system, my adrenals, and my cortisol. Especially when you do have high stress levels. Or let's say if you have a lot of pressure and you have key decisions to make that have a lot of stake. And I find myself now in my life in this position, and if I drink coffee, I have to let go. Or I choose not to have that butter pecan cake that I normally have with my chai masala. I'm choosing actually to have a piece of papaya. Yes, and these are the little choices that we make. So during this week, just be aware, when you just want to get a coffee or you want to grab something, you want to get a glass of wine or you want to get a piece of cheesecake, reflect upon it. And is there something you can substitute it with, something healthier? And that is longevity. Every single habit that we have can change the quality of our lives. But no matter how healthy you live on paper, meaning you train very hard, you have a six-pack, you look super healthy, but if your mind, your heart is not in the same level and not balanced, and your nervous system is constantly in override mode, that's still not being healthy. You can still be, even if you look great from the outside and you still have addictions or you still have worries, serious anxiety, depression, or you still feel like you're not good enough, that will not add to your longevity. Let's face it. Namaha, namaste. Welcome, my name is Geraldine Hardy and I'd like to introduce you today to Alina, the Sanctuary. Alina is a concept that can be implemented in any existing property, a resort or hotel, a clinic or well-being center. We're going to combine longevity technology that you can find in stem cell therapy, infusions, peptides, and longevity technology machines with the ancient practices, including traditional Chinese medicine, yoga, Ayurveda, energy and frequency medicine, naturopathy, and homeopathy. These tools will be combined and formed into an individual protocol, customized and personalized to the patient to create a deep, profound healing journey. I'd like to share with you my journey. About 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with a benign tumor in my left breast. My autoimmune disorder also came back. I knew I had to really embrace profound change and transformation. So I worked on my physical layer with the longevity technology, but on my emotional and mental layer, I had to change my belief systems. So I used traditional Chinese medicine, yoga and Ayurveda, movement practices, energy healing and quantum healing techniques, as well as past life regression sessions to be able to release my trauma, my emotional wounding. That was the root cause of my diseases at the first place. And I thought to myself, if I can do this, everyone can do this. We see these days a lot of longevity technology coming up. It is almost a $7 trillion industry. What we are missing is really, how do you heal the emotional wounding, the trauma? And this is pretty much the root cause of any disease. With all of our partners at Alina the Sanctuary, we are creating protocols that will be individualized and customized to the patient's needs. Please join us on this journey that will be able to expand in growth immensely, and we are able to take the franchise to various different properties in the world. We have a light asset model, so we are offering the concept, not directly a property, nor do we lease a property or acquire an asset. This has been done deliberately. That keeps us being able to move fast in the market at the moment and be able to implement the concept easily and existing structures without having to renovate, to acquire an asset, or have any delays in building something.